Let me talk these motherfuckers. Guess who's Bizak? Still smell a crack in my clothes. Don't make me have to relapse on these hoes. Take it back.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Are we back? Maybe, yeah, probably. I don't know. Glad to be back doing a beer review. It's been a while since we've done one of these. I think over a month. Life's been busy recently, and I don't know, was taking a break and enjoying a break from beer reviews. But wanted to review a beer tonight. It is Father's Day weekend. Happy Father's Day to all you awesome dads out there. Hope you guys are enjoying amazing beers. I figured tonight we would review a fun beer, one that was just released a couple weeks ago, and that beer is Gooze, the one and the only, from the Lost Abbey, here in San Marcos, California. I guess not here. I don't live in San Marcos, but right up the road in San Marcos, North County, San Diego. Excuse me. This is the 2019 vintage. This is Lost Abbey's take on a Gooze, which is a blend of 3-year-old, 2-year-old, and 1-year-old beers. They blend them together and then age them. This is aged in red wine barrels. I think a couple of the Gooze vintages were aged in white wine barrels. This one's red wine. Nathan and I, we reviewed the 2009 and the 2013 vintage. They release this every 4 years. Did the 2009 and 2013 vintage side by side, which was really fun. I still to this day say the 2013 vintage, is this not going to open? The 2013 vintage of Gooze is my favorite American Wild Ale ever. It was so freaking good. I have 2016 vintage. I didn't review that. So yeah, we reviewed 2009, 2013, didn't review 2016, and then this is 2019. Not a big pop on that. Is that par for the course for Lost Abbey sours? Maybe. This is 7%? 7% alcohol by volume. But yeah, fun beer. This is one of those beers that used to be really hyped. I don't know if it is still. Who knows? Who cares? I don't need to review hyped beer anymore. We are using our Gooze proper glassware because, as we always say, beer tastes better in proper glassware. But yeah, this was released, I think, 2 weeks ago now. And I was able, from my Lost Abbey membership from last year, to be able to get a couple bottles of this. I actually got one bottle. I got two for the membership. I split that membership with Nathan, so he's getting a bottle of this. This is my bottle. Sharing it with my wife tonight, so here we go. It pours that awesome kind of straw yellow color. It looks darker on camera, but I don't know, half a finger of bright white head. Didn't have a big pop when we opened the bottle. Not a whole lot of carbonation in the glass, but I mean, people say that all the time about Lost Abbey sours. There's always been like an issue with carbonation. It kind of is what it is when it comes to those. I will say, when we picked up these bottles, they had this on draft, and it was absolutely amazing. I was really stoked on this beer when I had it on draft, but I'm excited to check out the bottle. So let's go ahead and shove our nose in this one. Yeah, it's bright. It's tart. It's that kind of, I don't want to say it's vinegary, because I don't want to like say this smells like that super crazy in your face, like heartburny kind of a thing, but it's got that kind of vinegar smell. Lots of, I would say it's like, think bright citrus, like lemon peel, maybe a little bit of like kind of tangerine-ish, like going towards that like orangey citrus, but this is like super crazy, smells effervescent, smells tart, smells bright, smells like lemon, like moving. It's not quite like sour, but it's kind of moving towards that like acidic thing. Good amount of like oakiness to it. Like you smell that sort of woodiness from the barrels. Like this smells so good. It smells, I mean, I know I keep saying bright, but it just has like that bright kind of nose to it. There's even like a little bit of like that vanilla thing in it, which I love. I want to say it was the 2009 bottle that we reviewed. Like it was really vanilla forward. This has like that vanilla to it, but it's not like overpowering. It smells really, really good. It has been, I mean, I had a little 2-ounce taster of this a couple weeks ago, but it's been a while since I've had a sour beer. I've been drinking West Coast clear beers recently, so something like this right now, it smells really, really good, and I think it's going to taste really, really, just because I haven't had it in a while. So let's go ahead and see what she's got. Cheers. Happy Father's Day, you fine fellows. Yeah, so it's crazy. This has like that little bit of tartness up front. It kind of felt like it was going to be really, really sour, but it mellowed out like as it got to the middle of my tongue, and as it goes across your palate, it's super effervescent. Think like that champagne kind of a thing, but it's not over the top sour. It's got a little bit of funk to it, which you don't really smell, but it's not like that crazy funky like people talk about horse blanket, or they say like wet hay, damp earth, something like that. It doesn't have that crazy funkiness to it. Very, very balanced. I think when we had this on draft a couple weeks ago, it was more tart, which I liked. If you guys have watched sour reviews of mine in the past, you know I like really, really puckering sours. That's not this. This is super balanced. That vanilla that we smelled kind of on like the back end of that aroma, it's there on the finish. Yeah, it offers like this cool sweetness. That bright kind of pop of lemon goes right at the front of your tongue, but as it goes across your palate, you get like that woody kind of oaky thing that we were smelling from the barrels. I wouldn't say it doesn't get like tannic like red wine. It's aged in red wine barrels. I don't think you're getting that. But this is really, really good. This is one of those beers. I don't want to say it sort of reminds me of when I haven't had a 2016 bottle in a long time. This bottle of this kind of reminds me of the 2016 vintage that we had on tap. It doesn't go crazy sour. It's just really, really balanced. And I think I want to say the last one, I want to say the 2016 vintage was much more like funky. This doesn't have that crazy funk to it. It's there kind of like hiding in the background, but I mean, this is so easy drinking for a 7% American Wild Ale. It's their take on whatever, a blended beer, but I think it's considered an American Wild Ale. I don't know. Who cares? But yeah, super easy drinking. I kind of wish it smells really, really bright and lemony, but that kind of like, that doesn't carry over on the flavor. It's there, but it's mellow. If what I was smelling carried over to the taste with like that awesome, like really in your face, bright lemon acidity, if that carried over the flavor, I probably would be losing my mind over this. That being said, this is a super easy drinking, I mean, it says Belgian style sour ale, so maybe they were going more towards like, I don't want to say it has like that kind of, reading Belgian style, it kind of like makes me think that's why it's not kind of like over the top sour, and maybe like if you were to search for it, you'd find like those kind of coriander Belgian-ishy kind of a thing. But yeah, it's not crazy sour. I kind of wish it was more sour, but it's an amazing beer. Super well made. I love that little bit of vanilla that I'm getting on the finish. I like that oakiness. That lemon thing is there. It's just not crazy like it was on the nose. I kind of wish it was with this bottle. These bottles have to be different because on tap this was like more in your face sour. This bottle's not, but I would say this beer, it's pretty widely available this year. When we went to pick up the bottles, they still had like, they were doing bottle sales at the bar. I think it was 2 per person. So these beers are around. If you want to check this beer out, you'll be able to trade for it, no problem. Go ahead and do it. I mean, don't give up the farm for it. But if you haven't had Duck Duck Gooze, like this is a fun vintage to check out. See if you can get a 2016 bottle too, just to compare them, because that beer is now almost 4 years old. I'm sure that beer has changed too since I had it last, but this is solid. I will say the price point for these, I mean, these beers are $41 for 750 milliliter bottle. That's kind of crazy, 41 bucks. I don't know, what do you guys think of that? But solid stuff from Lost Abbey. I love this beer. It's one of those ones, it's a favorite of mine, so, and this vintage is really, really good, so. That's it, we're done. We rambled for a long time. Do you remember how to do beer reviews? Maybe, I don't know. If this beer review sucked, you can go ahead and tell me. I'm fine with that. So I am out of here, guys. Like I said, happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. Enjoy the weekend, have some good beer, and I will see you guys very soon. Cheers.
Let me talk to these motherfuckers. Guess who's Bizak? You still smell a crack in my clothes. Don't make me have to relapse on these hoes. Take it back down, they're taxing them.